great big swine, shame you're a numb, but with a big frown.
Oh, you broke your contract, Robert. You're not supposed to speak unless you're doing the weather. Right then, let's chuck them on the plane and get rid of them.
Agostoli, 21 degrees. Oh, excuse me, mate. I'm trying to do a weather report for my mate's YouTube channel here. Sorry, can you just move out the way a bit?
Sorry, mate. I'll just.
That's
have
all right.
A good one.
Yeah. Cheers, mate.
Yes.
Amazing.
It's Friday. Welcome back to Rudgy aka The Doctor. If you just joined us, do us a favour. Hit the like, hit the share, and hit the subscribe. Sit back and enjoy the ride. And if you visited the Coffee and PayPal page this week, thank you ever so much for that. It's a massive help to me at the moment. Although I am a pensioner now, as I keep saying, but I don't get it till next month, and it'll be backdated, and I'm sure that the government will take something off it. As you'll see in the video, I've had to go to the Greek accountants because I get taxed on my pension here by about 9%. Apparently you can apply for a 7% as a discount if you use your bank card for paying everything, which I don't like to do. As you know, I like to keep cash in the system. However, I have been a good boy and done that, only to find out that the British government are a bit reluctant handing the forms out, so it's pretty near impossible to get it done. Anyway, that's another story. Before we start this week's video, you have my apologies. It's a bit sketchy, this one. I've had such a busy time. I've had people come in and visiting. I've had viewers to go and meet. We had people staying here and at Villagero. As I said in the last video, I cooked for 22 people, I think we had 25 invited. Villagero was full. I had to go and sleep at Hobbit Hall, and we had a few people there. So yeah, it's been a very busy time. I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's been fantastic. I had a great birthday, and again, I said last week, thank you all for your kind comments and all the bits and pieces that people brought me. I'm just overwhelmed by it all. So yeah. Like I say, this video is a bit slapped together. Next week's video will be much more professional, and so will the one afterwards. I've only got so much time in a day. So, shall we? Yeah, I think we ought to. Let's get on with the video. As you can see, I'm editing. There's the old laptop and the editing suite. Yeah, it's as I was saying, it's been a tricky old time trying to get everything done. So, while we're on that subject, Gaffer Tape, who is the producer of the other camera crew, the reserve camera crew, Partridge Cam, came up with 2 good videos and asked me if I'd like to use them, and I said yes, I would. We're not quite sure what it was about, because I think Gaffer Tape was sticking himself back together at the time and wasn't paying attention, but it was filmed over Luxury probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago now. We're coming to the end of May, so yeah, it'd be about 2 weeks ago, thinking about it. So if you know what this was, put it in the comments, because I know a lot of people read the comments and get some useful information out of that, and I may well mention it next week if it's useful information. I did ask my neighbour Stathis. He wasn't sure what it was, because Luxury and this side of the island, there's a bit going on there, isn't there, historically? So yeah, enjoy this bit. It's something a little bit different, and I thought I'd stick it in. If you like Greek music and dancing, it's right up your street. Here we go.
αγάπη μου, ξύπνα πουλί μου, ξύπνα να ακούσεις λόγια γλυκά, να ακούσεις λόγια τραγουδισμένα, γλυκιά κιθάρα για σένα να χτυπά. Είναι ωραία, κάθε πατρίδα είναι γλυκιά, ό,τι στον άλλον πατρίδα είναι, για μένα είναι κεφαλονιά.
Ευχαριστούμε τα παιδιά του πρώτου δημοτικού σχολείου.
Well, that was a bit different, wasn't it? Yeah, I quite enjoyed watching that. I like anything like that. Anyway, we've just sent the last of the crew back. Robert will feature in the next 2 videos because he stayed an extra week. But of course, at this point in the proceedings, which is why it's a bit choppy because I wanted to put it in order, Chopper Craig and Auntie Kath, the Bucket and Lord Gary all flew home. So peace had descended on Villa Joro, and I was doing the changeover, as we say out here. Masses of bedding to wash and stuff like that. Anyway, this was us having a meal at Trapezaki. Pat had gone off with some friends, so she doesn't feature in this one. But yeah, a little interesting update on what's going on down at Trapezaki. And if you haven't got a 4x4, or you've got some plants, trees, stuff like that, and you live here and can help the guys out, I think if you popped into the taverna there, the guy would know who to ask. But yeah, they need your help. They're trying to fund it all themselves. Let's see what that was all about. Here we go. Right, doing this without any microphones. And it wouldn't work anyway because it's a bit windy. But as you can see, work is progressing down here at Trapezaki. Looks like they're putting a gullyway in to take the water away next time it comes. It's Chopper Craig and Auntie Kath's last day. They're going back tonight. Yeah. But I think Craig's coming back next week to fix the water pump.
What, the one he broke?
Yeah. So we're going to go in. We're going to go in there now and have something to eat. So yeah, if we walk up here a little way. I think what they're going to do, if you can hear me over the wind, all the water came along here and destroyed all that and ended up in there, filling that up, and went all the way around there and made the beach a lot bigger. So it looks to me like quite cleverly they're making a nice shallow gullyway so it directs the water straight out to sea. We'll see how that works. And they're having trouble stopping people who aren't being observant from driving on the concrete. I parked my car right in front of it. Anyway, that's the progress at Trapezaki. Right, so here we are at Trapezaki. As I said earlier, it's Chopper Craig and Auntie Kath's final meal.
Yep.
We condemn people at a final party meal before we stick them on the plane and send them home. He failed to fix the water system.
Yeah, it's miserable, wasn't it?
He's going to have to come back now.
Yeah, next week.
Next week, yeah. So more on that later. So yeah, I will tell you in a minute what is going on over there, because these guys could do with some help. As you can see, things have progressed quite a lot. Right, Robert? Robert the weatherman there, taking a break. It's in his contract, you see, he's not allowed to say a word now until he does his weather reports on his own camera with his own crew. He's even got makeup and all sorts of stuff. I don't get none of that, and I'm just the presenter.
Plaited your hair?
Oh yeah, the Hobbit plaited my hair. More on that later. Greta Garbo over there. Well, I was just showing the viewers how beautiful you were in the beach sausage.
Oh, how nice is that? What are you after?
My gimbal's broken though.
Oh,
Well, it's not broken, it needs charging.
good, isn't it?
Yeah, I just thought the viewers would like to see the beach. Now, I think what will happen, that's all seaweed that's backed up there. That will eventually clear. So yeah, that will clear with the sea taking it out. But a friend of mine that lives down there has been going up and down clearing it from the turtles apparently nest up the top there. And I think the charity have been helping it, from what he was saying, and taking bags of rubbish off the beach. so it won't take long. The guy I was talking to earlier, who was doing the concreting down here, just there, he was saying, I said, is there anything we can do to help? He was saying they're having to pay for all this themselves. The mayor's chucked a little bit in, but they need a 4x4 because they're not allowed to take a JCB across there apparently. But they need to clear the beach, so if there's anybody out there thinks they're 4x4, we'll go around there, maybe drop into the restaurant there and he'll know who to contact. But yeah, they're going to try and concrete all of this, he said, and then they're going to try and plant this. That's something else. If you know anybody who may have some shrubbery or things that will make the beach look nicer, get in touch with them. So we're going to get Chopper Craig and Auntie Kath back to the airport now. I'll miss them, it's been good fun. And that's another birthday done. And I'm starting to go around the sun again. So, can we recommend the taverna down at Trapezaki?
Very damn good meal.
Yeah?
Very good, yes, very good.
Oh, you broke your contract, Robert. You're not supposed to speak unless you're doing the weather.
Never mind.
Oh, we'll have to edit that out. We'll have to edit that out.
Eh?
Yeah, anyway, it was no surprise to me because I've heard the rumours, but the taverna behind me, pretty good. Right then, let's chuck them on the plane and get rid of them.
Yes.
Say bye-bye, Auntie Kath. Oh, that's them gone. Now, next on the agenda, as some of you know who follow me, I built a custom bike 26 years ago now. It was probably the last one I'll ever build, I think. Although I have been asked to build one on the channel. I am looking into that, but it's going to cost quite a bit of money. So I'm sort of looking to see how I can go about that. There is a few options. There's a friend selling something that's part built. Of course, I've got to register it here, then that's the other problem. So we'll see. I might even just wait a little while, buy something and customize it, but I will be doing something. So I went down to sort out my tax returns because I have to put a tax return now. I'm resident in Greece. So I had to put a tax return in. I had to go to the office to get my S1 registered, ICA. And I also decided to go to the Port Authority to see about getting the bike here. I've been to the traffic office and they did say they would give me a plate. So that's this next clip. Let's get on with it. Right, well, I've just been in the customs of the Port Authority to see about getting wayward child here. The guys in there were extremely helpful, one in particular, and if you're watching, thank you ever so much for your advice and your help. Now, I thought that when the bike came here, if you read the stuff on the government site, you have 15 days as a resident to register the bike, which would have meant I'd have had to get it tested and put on the road. And of course, wayward child's been off the road 5 years, 6 years. It's not in the best of conditions, so it needs a rebuild, really. The guy in there was very so helpful. He said, we don't need to do that. I can get it here, and then it depends when the paperwork goes in, depends when it has to be on the road. He says, so I don't need to do that straight away. So that was the first thing. Second thing, they copied everything I'd got and said they'd be in touch to let me know how much. So the plot thickens. And don't be scared to go into the customs office. They're ever so helpful, really nice guys. I've been to ICA. The woman in there was very helpful, but I'd been in there before and was told to get duplicates of my my biometric card, my passport, and 2 copies of the S1, which I had been sent. So I did that, went back, and now I'm told I've got to get a copy of my tax number with all the details on it, so I'm going to have to see the accountants about that. So the S1 is still pending. The bike is now moving forwards. The only thing I managed to achieve this morning, having run round Augustoli, was to go and put my books into the accountants so that he can do my books for last year. So that's life in Kefalonia. It's a beautiful day. We're coming to the end of May now. and everybody at this point has gone home. All my friends anyway. So yeah, Port Authority, Customs, really helpful people. If you've got any problems, go and see me. So yeah, Customs Authority in that little hut thing there they are. That's for your bearings. That's we're on the main road now, and that's the quayside. Yeah, really helpful guys. So I'm going to now get back on the Black Pearl, head home and have something to eat, because it's been quite an expensive couple of weeks, and I'm just now waiting for my pension because I'm flat broke. Yeah, I love to see all my friends, but you end up spending money you wouldn't normally spend. It's funny, isn't it? But anyway, enough of that. I'm heading off home. I'm going to have something to eat. Oh, Port Authority, really friendly guys. Now, the next thing that happened was that some friends of mine came out here on holiday and wanted to see me. It's been so busy. I've had friends come here and stay with me for the birthday celebrations. As I said in last week's video, I cooked for around 22, 25 people, something like that. I had Villa Joro was full. I had all my friends staying here, which meant that I then went and stayed at Hobbit Hall with the Hobbit. And we had Robert, the Scotch Egg, and Sugar Ray Leonard all staying at Hobbit's house. And therefore we used Hobbit Hall as a central point for cooking, because why wouldn't you do that if you've got a taverna in the garden? And a much bigger space for us to all sit and chat. Robert played his guitar. We had a fantastic time. But anyway, enough of that. I saw some friends this particular day over in Laudas, and then a friend of mine messaged me to say that the Banana crew that I used to hang out with at Port Elliot and Glastonbury had got a charter yacht and had sailed into Efemia. So I went over there to see them on the evening. It was a hectic day. I got back about 1 o'clock, I think, to Hobbit Hall, and I'm now editing it the next day. So yeah, it was a bit hectic. Anyway, guys, it was fantastic seeing you, and that's the next bit of footage. Well, I've come to find some friends of Johnny G's who I used to work for, and I think they're just docking over here on this grey cat here. I'm not sure whether that's them or not. Looks like it could be.
You are a great big swine, shame you're a knob, but with a big fat gob, with a big fat gob, at least you're still on mine.
As you can see, they've had a good night. So what would you give this restaurant a review of? Spot on.
Yeah, love the beans. Tremendous.
Yeah, Bean Boy there like the beans.
Yes. Yeah.
He's got most of his down his front.
Oh yeah? I just flicked them.
Who? What'd she say?
Cataplitico.
If you know what that means, put it in the comments. Right, well, I'll see you guys.
In another 12.
Yeah, in another 12.
In another dimension. The sky is another dimension.
AKA the Doctor. Show.
So, how do you pronounce that?
Dosteki.
Dosteki. So, if you're on a yacht or you happen to be over here, this is the place to be. The crew have already said that. So, I'll see you soon. Kalinikta. Kalinikta. See you in another 5 years. What a wicked night. So I should probably just check that the boat hasn't sunk or anything. Apparently the bilge boy was having trouble with his sea cocks. Nope, there it is, look. Sorry about the bouncy camera, but I was caught unawares and I haven't brought my my usual kit with me. But anyway, yeah, this is a Afamia in the evening. And like I say, apologies for the quality of the filming, but I'm on my my usual phone actually, rather than the one I use for filming on. And that is the place that stays open all winter. So there we go. Now we're going to get back in Kylie and head off home.
Yeah, I'm still editing. Right, well, a few of you have asked, just quickly, I'll put this in, about the garden. It has only been a few weeks since I last videoed it, but it is coming on strong. And of course, Robert studied all that sort of stuff when he left school, so he gave me some advice while he was here. All seems to be going pretty well, actually. The lettuces, I'm amazed at those. They're the only things I've had to buy the seeds for. Everything else, as I said in the video, has been grown from waste, really, the stuff you'd throw away. Anyway, let's have a look at that.
Right, so what have we been doing? Lettuces are a massive success. I've had to thin them out a little bit. I've put a couple of them over there which are struggling, but they are coming back. Cucumbers, they're doing really well, but then I am the cucumber king, aren't I? I'm good at growing them. These are supposed to be radishes, but Robert looked it up and well, we don't know what happened to them. Of course, once they've flowered, that ain't no good. But they're not doing any harm, and it's giving the bugs something else to eat other than the stuff I want to keep. So I've left them to it. Let them get on with it. That's what I say. I've got a tomato plant in there. As I said before, all of this stuff, apart from the lettuce and the broccoli, they've all been grown from seeds that would have normally got thrown in the bin. You know, when you finish a tomato, I showed you in another video how to do that. Slice a tomato up, plant it. Did the same with the cucumbers. It's all been grown from seeds. So all these tomato plants that you see here have been grown from waste that would have gone in the bin. These little fellas here, these are going to be vine tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, that sort of thing. These here are the big beef tomatoes that we get out here. Got me broccoli growing in there. Those are peppers which have come back from last year, so I'm interested to see how that works, because there were 6 of them in there. The others died. I didn't think they came back each year, so I pulled the ones that were dead out and left the other ones that had got some green on them, and they've come back. So we'll see. I'm not sure what I should have done with that, really. Maybe I messed that up. I don't know. Anyway, just pull this weed out here. I always find it's best to do that when you see the things. Yeah, anyway, this side of the garden gets very hot. And as you can see, I've done an experiment. I put my tomatoes over there this year. They seem to be thriving. I planted some tomatoes here because I had plenty of them. You can't keep them alive, even if you water them, they don't like it. There's too hot. These here are okay because they get the shade in the hottest part of the day from the enormous hedge that we have, which needs a good trim. I'm going to get into that in the next few days. So yeah, the garden's doing well. As you can see, my irrigation system is all laid out and working well. I've put one in down here as well. It comes under the garden there and up and round and along, and it waters all those plants up there. The cherry and the not the cherry, the orange and lime tree it's watering, and the hedge. So that's all sorted now. This tree here, which I saved because it was pretty much dead when I moved in, That's another success story. As you can see, we've got some oranges growing on that, if that's what they are. We're not sure what plant it is. Makis couldn't remember. He thinks it's an orange tree. So we'll see. But yeah, every night I give it a good watering. Down here, I might put some more tomatoes plants in there because I've got plenty of them. But I'm going to put a bit of deck in here, as I've said before, with a table and a brolly. I may put the barbecue there. I was going to put it here, but I'm not so sure I'll do that now. There's the old bike, ready to go. She's back on the road again now. Cleaned all the bench up. And I've fixed the irrigation system out the front here because it wasn't working properly. I've just laid it round. So it's watering the bougainvillea, the fir tree and the roses. This tree here, this bush here, used to be a hedge that went round there, and there wasn't any of it left apart from that, so I moved it and I'm trimming it into a ball shape, making a feature of it. And yeah, the watering system goes all the way around there. So there you go. That's life in Villagero. I'm just getting on with some sculpturing stuff that I'm doing. Now I've got a bit of time again. Like I said, I just didn't have time to do anything. I'd started this little boat that I was building out of driftwood. It's going to be, I've got to put a mast on it yet. That'll have a mast on there and some sails. And then I'm going to either paint or burn into the wood. A calm sea never made a good sailor. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get back to normal. As I said, I apologise about the video quality this week. It will be better next week.
Well, there we go. That's another one done. That's this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. I've had a great time the last few weeks. As I said, it's been extremely busy, but we're starting to get back to normal now. So if you would like to see me, don't hesitate to ask. I'll see what I can do. I do try to see you all. It's just that it's been very difficult the last few weeks. So remember, it's a great day to be alive. Dreams do come true. True story. And I'll catch you all next week. We'll do it all again. Thanks for watching.
I'll start that again. There's makeup when you need them. I need them. Cut. Oh, look, my hats fell off now. Right. Can we start that again? Yeah. No.
Agostoli, 21 degrees. Oh, excuse me, mate. I'm trying to do a YouTube channel.